recording. That's good. Okay, so Blood Bowl news. First of all, we start off every show by saying a massive thank you to everybody who supports us, whether you like, subscribe, share the content, comment, take part, suggest things, which is awesome, whether you're in the Discord. Ben's done a load of work to make that a little bit more jazzy, or whether you are one of our super patrons who help support us and allow us to do very cool things like buy new equipment and run good events. So we got a few new folk who've joined the crew this week. Dustin Koenig, Average Dad Plays, Always Hungry Steve, love that one, Alexandre Gouillard, Steve, Matt, Sean Fleming, Bradley Baker, John Wood, Glenn Reed, Jack Waller, Anna Wilcox, Tom Rolfe, Lepilf, Nicholas Dunlop, Tim, Justin McDonald. Welcome to the party. Thank you all very, very, very much for supporting the show, and a big thank you to all of you out there who've ordered the Dungeon Bowl mats and Dungeon Bowl tokens and stuff. It's just been really good fun to get them out there. Like, I've loved seeing random posts where people are like, hey, I'm playing with this, and I'm like, yay, people are using them. Yeah. They're useful.
Have you still got any left?
Yeah, man, we've got loads.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I ordered another 100.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it was really funny. Tiff came home from work and I went out to meet her because, well, I work from home, so any opportunity to leave the house is actually like very exciting for me. I'm like, oh, I can walk across the street. And then the postman kind of turned up with a box. I was carrying into the shopping, like Tiff shopping, and he was like, oh, I'll just put it on the ground for you. I'm like, thanks. Tiff was like, oh, I'll get the parcel, went to pick it up, and of course this is 600 poker chips. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's very heavy, you can't do it one-handed. And she's like, oh, I'll be fine, I work in retail. Just couldn't pick it up. I was like, drag it in. Then I sat there and what was she watching? I think it might have been Gilmore Girls again. I just sat there and like bagged them all up. It was actually really cathartic. Oh, yeah, it's so good. It's
such a tactile experience, isn't it? Just having like,
I was like, right, I'm going to have bags with the 6, and then I'm going to have another bag with 2 extra ball tokens in, because obviously we're doing the 6s and the 8s so that you can run it that way. And I'm like, right, this is all done. And we've got the Bonehead, like the standard ball thing with like the pins, the tokens. I bagged up little sets of those. And now when an order comes in, I can just like grab them from my little plastic drawer set and post it out really quick. Which is good. It's been really nice. It's been really good fun. Anyway, Blood Bowl news. 1, thank you for supporting. 2, a massive thank you to those people who come to our tournaments, and we've got some coming up in 57 days, 12 hours, 38 minutes, and 24 seconds time. It will be South Coast Autumn. I suppose when this podcast goes out, it'll be a little bit later than that, but it doesn't really matter. Less than 2 months to go for the event. All of the information is on boneheadpodcast.com. We've got 11s on the Saturday and we've got 7s on the Sunday. The rules pack is in there. There's a roster build in there as well. It's all good to go. The tickets are being sold via Entoyment. Now, right now, they are still discounted. But I think that's going to end soon, so Trips tells me. But I haven't spoken to Pete recently, so if you are umming and ahhing about coming to one or both days, grab the ticket now before it goes up a little bit in price. I still think it's pretty good value. So we've got those 2 events coming up, and then we've got Bonehead Bowl in November, which is November the 26th, and that is mixed teams and Dungeon Bowl teams. It's 3 games of 11s. It's at Entoyment, and that one is just pure carnage. But South Coast Series Autumn, Ben, you're thinking about, well, Ben's going to be odd man in this time. Was Milton odd man in?
Milton was, yeah.
So he got to
crushed admin this time, so I thought, you know what, you do the admin side, that's fine, I'll odd man in.
You're going to train him. You're going to train him up on score.
Yeah, he doesn't need training, he's good enough.
Yeah,
managed.
Milton's pretty good in that side. So we're going to do something really cool, and I'm super psyched. So we're going to do a test live stream of a mini tournament in 3-4 weeks time on Sunday the 18th of September. Ben, Trips, and potentially a few other people are coming around to Castle Greenman. Castle Bonehead is what we call it. And we're going to lay out everything as if it's a proper tournament. We're going to have the top table, we're going to have the camera setups, we're going to have the stream set up, and we are going to stream 3 games of 7s with intermissions, with score overlays, and just do everything we can with coverage, with commentary on the games. and we're going to do a really good trial because we've now got, I think, the equipment and everything that we need to be able to do this for the 11s tournament and the 7s tournament at SCA, and then Bonehead Bowl as well. So
pretty exciting to think about that. Like, I'm really hoping this goes well because sure it will.
I am actually super, super, super confident. Like,
yeah.
And you and I have got a tech play day on Monday.
Yeah. I'm well excited for that.
I am so excited for that.
Me and my mates used to do this like so much when we were like kids, sort of in like 15, 16. We go to like what we called like Toys R Us, which is just like Curry's. I think it was just Curry's back in the day before it merged with PC World, one of the two. And
back in the day,
yeah, and we just like would do a little browse, pick up something, maybe head down to like the PC part store and upgrade one of our computers. It was so much fun. So it's gonna be like that, I hope.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I haven't even decided what we're going to try and achieve, but I'm bringing all the equipment, and we're just, I don't know. I don't know. There's no goal.
Try and get the audio bang on, try and get the cameras bang on, and just so that we have like the presets ready, so we can basically try and hit a button, everything's good to go. Because that will be the ideal, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And then a few weeks later, we get to play, and I don't know. I spent a little bit of time watching some 40k stream, although I'm going to leave that to a hobby, I think. But I'm just looking at it and thinking, we can do this. We can do this for Blood Bowl, and I'm super excited, Ben, for it. Yeah. And I'm even more excited that there's a good chance you could end up on the feature match at our own tournament, which would just be amazing. Because you top tabled. The last time you played in one of our tournaments, you were top table last round.
Yeah, that's true. Up against Wayne. You wouldn't think that from the performance on the Bonehead Podcast channel, but
when Ben
I still don't think I've won a game on camera yet.
When Ben wants to play well, he plays really, really, really well. It's just he's an extrovert when it comes to gaming.
You can have this one. That's fine.
Yeah. I haven't done anything stupid for a while. I'll dodge into some tackle zones.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's how I've been playing Skaven, which we'll definitely be talking about. Because Skaven let you do that. That's why I like them.
And of course, Hack Flem Bait as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all on the website. There is one update for Amazons, basically, is that tickets are on sale, and this is for Bonehead Bowl and for South Coast Autumn. Like, we know Amazons are coming. We don't know when they're coming. So essentially, for both tournaments, you can run either roster. So if you come in, you've put your ticket, and you want to run your Amazon team of Legend, you're all set. Send your roster in, no worries at all. Obviously, Amazons hopefully will be dropping in like a month's time, so a month before the event, and there's going to be a ton of people, I imagine, who are like, oh my god, new shiny, let's run the roster, let's see how it goes. So we will want both to be allowed, and I think this is the right thing to do. I think we did this for Norse, our last event. I think we did. Maybe Dungeon Bowl. Yeah, and it caused no problem. I think everyone ran the new roster.
I think so, yeah. I don't think we had any old ones.
I can't imagine anyone's going to run the old Amazon roster. It's just, if you've got a team of Legend, we're all about allowing as many people to play as easily as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Because
that's what it should be. So had an update to that. We've had an update to Bonehead Bold as well. In that previously it was about, it's basically non-standard Blood Bowl Day. It's awesome. We used to have it like there's a whole bunch of mixed teams. Going into this edition, we've added all the Dungeon Bowl teams, so you can run a College of Heavens team on the pitch, College of Beasts, get all those big guys. Like, there's a ton of cool stuff. Or you could run a Badlands Brawl team, an Elven Kingdoms team, using a mixed team format that we put together, which is pick two teams that link either by the regional special rule or a different thing that we'll come to in a second. You have to have at least 4 players from each of those rosters, and the reroll cost is the most expensive one. We've now expanded that monstrously because there wasn't enough combinations. So now you've got the regional special rules, so you can still run your Elven Kingdom League, but at the behest of quite a few people, we've opened it up to alignments again. So now there's I did the calculations when I was on my walk the other day. I think there's 600 combinations of teams in this new edition. So you can run a Goblin Orc roster, a Black Orc Snotling roster. It's just carnage. And there's Giants as well. So you can kind of go, okay, I'm going to take an Undead team with some cheap Snotlings, and I'm going to chuck in a Giant. There are some restrictions with teams, but quite frankly, not many. And the full rules pack is up on the page. Unsurprisingly, haven't done a roster builder for that yet. That'll be fun, actually. That'll be fun to do. But yeah, so Amazons, both are allowed. star player access. If your star player can play for one of your teams, you can play for your mixed team. It's not a problem. You don't have to take a mixed team. If you've just got one team and you want to run it, go for it. Go nuts. No problem at all. But yeah, it's almost unlimited Blood Bowl. And Ben, I think you played in the first one before you joined the podcast.
Yeah, that is the first one I did. Was a Bonehead Bowl. That was with the trolls, Goblin Orc mixed team with maximum troll. You can get better now. Now you got Snotlings, so you can go up to. Well, if they release Ripper by then, which I doubt, then you go up to what, 6 trolls? Yeah.
I wonder if you couldn't afford Morg not at 380 as well, could you?
5 trolls. No.
Who's
actually, you might be able to.
Who's the cheapest strength? Varag at 280.
Yeah. But the thing is, Varag's good, and that kind of, well, okay.
Varag's
not good. Okay, Varag's not bad, which is essential for a troll roster. Actually, no, because Ripper's good. Okay, ignore all of that. But
I seriously
the
miss
troll
Ripper.
with Ripper and Doom Diver it was actually quite good. When it worked, it was quite good.
It was, but they've nerfed. Yeah. Well, Ripper's just been Thanos snapped.
Yeah,
and the Doom Diver is not as good as he used to be.
No, not terrible, but not. He took quite a few nerfs, didn't he?
Yeah,
he lost the
swoop. The swoop's got worse.
Yeah, basically,
and
the landing
+1 to landing. Yeah. Oh man, he got much worse.
Yeah.
No wonder goblins have suffered so much. Although they've now got access to bomber, so
that's true.
No regrets. So yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff coming up. We'll be streaming a live tournament on the 18th of September. So do tune in. I'm probably just going to run it through YouTube so that we can get the polls in the chat, because I want to try out some of the stuff like who's going to win out of this game and stuff like that. And then Saturday, the 22nd of October, is 11s at the Aegeus Bowl in Southampton. The 23rd of October is 7s again at the Aegeus Bowl, and then 26th of November is 11s Bonehead Bowl at Entoyment. So we got coverage every month, hopefully, assuming everything goes to plan. Although we've got 2 months, but we've got 57 days and a tech session and a test streaming session. So I'm confident, Ben.
Yeah, if we don't have it by then, we're clearly doing something terribly wrong.
I'm going to buy a coverage tent as well, but that's another matter. I think it's a genius idea.
I think that's overkill. When you sent it to me, so Ben sent me the picture of a coverage tent, and I think I opened it on my phone at because you sent it at some
I did.
Weird
it was
time.
about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and I opened that delirious. It's sort of the pre-awakening you get before you fully wake up, and it was 4 a.m. or something. Checked my phone, saw that message, went back to sleep, and then Ben mentioned it later in the day, and I was like, I was convinced I dreamed that, because I didn't think that was real. We sent this gazebo booth with windows and stuff.
It is a gazebo. The whole idea, right, is that tournaments are loud. Not only are tournaments loud, but unless you are, I think, maybe 3 or 4 meters at least away from somebody's table, if you're doing coverage and commentating, I don't want the players to hear. The worst thing in the world would be me playing a game and hearing someone go, "Oh, he's got a blitz on the left-hand side. Is he going to take it? No, he's not going to take it. I can't believe he missed that blitz. Oh, he's done it." Could you just be awful? We did our Fumble tournament, right? And I was doing coverage while playing against James, the Dwarf Lord, and because he was also tuning into the stream, he was like, "Oh yeah, thanks for all the coaching." I could hear you talking about what my options were, and they were really good. I was like, "Oh, brilliant, brilliant!" Isn't that called ghosting or something?
Coaching, I think it is coaching.
No. But on streams,
imagine... on actual ones. Oh yeah, stream sniping.
Stream sniping, yeah.
I can't, well, no, actually, that's not really right.
It's not
stream sniping. Yeah, that's when you look at what the opponent's doing on the stream.
Yeah, I think that's actually what was happening, I guess. But
yeah.
there's no real secret information in Blood Bowl, is there? Which is probably why it's so good.
Yeah.
But
we're looking at their Magic the Gathering hand and being so. I wonder if he's going to play that this turn. Yeah.
Although Ben, we've got the Magic the Gathering Blood Bowl set coming out at some point.
that actually a thing?
Yeah.
I thought I dreamt that too.
No, I think it's going to be like a commander set, so it's not like a full-on draftable set, but
I think they're doing Warhammer ones.
they're doing 40k.
Well.
They're also doing Blood Bowl as well.
Oh my goodness.
So when we have our tech day on Monday, I'm assuming you've got a couple of board games we could bust out and just see if we could do, see if there's a way we could have a setup so that we could cover a card game as well. I'm thinking
I've got Magic, so we can just play that.
There you go, perfect. I'm thinking, overhead cam on the playing surface, and then maybe like an over shoulder cam on the hand. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be good.
It would just be really cool to play the Blood Bowl Magic the Gathering version.
You need those cameras they do on poker tables, where it's like underneath the
rim.
Yeah, because I've got my board game table now. So you could probably position the camera underneath that, and then you could like flip up the cards like they do in like James Bond.
That would be quite fun. Anyway, we'll play around with that on Monday.
And we're carried away.
I don't remember what we're talking about now, apart from my coverage tent. Oh yeah, my coverage tent. So the whole idea is that actually we could put a little tent up 2 meters away and have like a green screen background so that we can do the stuff, right? But also, I think being inside a gazebo with a curtain between me and like the players should be enough to dampen the tournament noise a little bit, and also mean that the players can't hear the coverage, which I think is really important. And also, it's a cool idea. It's a stupid idea.
It's a cool idea.
But it was, I don't know. Ideas that happen at 1 a.m. aren't always brilliant. But anyway, on to Blood Bowl news. One thing that we have to mention, because I was supposed to mention it last episode and forgot, is Break Tackle, which is this league manager that's being worked on. They've released this new trailer for it, and assuming I remember this as well, I'm going to insert it right now. Okay, so it's looking very, very, very cool. Now, I don't think you can not bring up tour play here. I don't think you cannot bring up the fact that it is essentially designed to do this the same kind of things, although this one is looking like it's going to have things like graphs and stats, which I think is very, very, very cool. So we had a chat with the guys who are brewing it up. There's only a couple of them working through it, and as they get further along, as they can kind of release more on how it's going to work and give like demos and stuff, we're going to be checking it out. We were late to the party with tour play because don't know, we didn't really need it. It was a bit, it's fine. We were all right. We're good to go. Actually, now we've used tour play, an online league manager is awesome. And this is kind of like, okay, now these guys have seen, they're going at it from a slightly different angle. They've seen the good things that Tourplay does and some of the things that Tourplay does that you're like, it could be better. Actually, it'd be really great to have another version. Now, obviously, the biggest thing here is about data control, whether you can download your data to save your data. That's something that we'll have to find out as it goes further on, because that's something that Tourplay doesn't do, and is the primary reason that people don't use it, is because they want control of their data, which is appropriately a hot topic. Yeah, so Break Tackle, keep an eye out for that. We are going to keep you in the loop on that. Next on Blood Bowl news is Charlie Victor have dropped another product. This one is a straight-to-retail product, which is the official Charlie Victor folding dice tower and tray. Do you know what? I actually don't have this to play around with on the channel, which is fine. I might actually buy it, because we don't tend to use dice trays, because we'd much rather throw the dice at the models on the stream to upset people, which is
just it's part of the fun, isn't it? You can just take out someone's gorgeously painted model, just kill that.
We need a dice tray cam as well, Ben. That's something we need to really focus on. Look, Charlie Victor makes some absolutely brilliant stuff. We've got 2 of the thick skull cases, and they're just phenomenal. Like, I bring one to club every single week now. It's just primo quality. I'm super impressed, and the fact is that this is just more great stuff. It's pretty reasonably priced at £20 as well, and the beautiful thing here is a dice tower, right? Which means you won't have the rattle, you won't have the noise, you won't have the slamming of a dice cup, of a metal dice cup onto a table, people do this. I don't understand why they do this. They're the reason people hate people with dice cup.
You've just lost like half.
No. Dice cups, brilliant. Very good.
The metal ones.
Slam that's brilliant. It keeps your dice in the right place. It's fair. It's all that kind of stuff. Metal ones, absolutely.
Don't bring a metal dice cup. Come on.
We played that tournament in the basement of a shop, and one of the players had just this metal dice cup with, I'm assuming, metal dice, and it just sounded like a 50 caliber machine gun every time they rolled a save. And I came out of that just like walked out of the shop. It was slow motion. My eyes were glazed over, and there was like Enya playing in the background because it was just pure.
I've walked out of metal gigs with letter damage.
yeah, exactly. This felt and svelte. Really impressed. I think we're gonna have to order a couple of those for the channel. Next thing to show, I'm going to make sure that this is muted, and it is the Vortice miniatures teaser trailer that they've put and called. Well, that didn't work, so let's just not bother with that. Apparently, enter full screen. Oh, it does enter full screen. Here we go. So they've put this up. It's called Dungeon Blood Bowl, Dungeon Pitch, and it's a very, very little preview. And I think it's going to be hard not to compare this to the MG Picks awesome dungeon Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the trailer. That's the spoiler. It's just a little clip of a window. But it is Vortice. They do really good stuff. In fact, because I've been working on some Tomb King stuff, I've got the Vortice Tomb Kings team here. I realised I never actually did an unboxing for that. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. I was going to do it yesterday, but I was invaded by a gigantic spider, which shut down the studio for the entire evening while I hunted it down. Genuinely. Absolutely ransacked my recording time. I was like, I'm going to do some videos tonight, sweetheart. I said, all right, yes, that's great. I'm going to read my new book. Awesome. I go in there and I'm just merrily like chilling out. In fact, I was preparing a print at this point, and I just at the corner of my eye, I saw this just massive spider just drop from the window ledge. But I heard it land. Like,
that's the worst.
It's like, do you know when it's like summer and you get those aggravating beetles that fly around and fly into stuff?
Yeah.
And they make that kind of like tap, 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 tap noise.
Yeah.
This spider just went bonk on the ground.
They have heft. That's cause for concern.
I was like, it was like the size of it was like a black grape with legs.
Oh.
It was awful.
It wasn't like a house spider then. It wasn't like the brown ones that crawl really fast.
It was a house spider, but it was just of a gargantuan size. And this is it, like, you know when you go through an event that makes you jump, like you remember it and your reconstructive memory is like, and there was fire everywhere. Yeah Well, I remember this spider being really, really, really big, but I grabbed my base collection when Tiff was like, well, how big was it? I was like, because once they're dead, they all look basically the same, right? They look like memories and horror. And I grabbed my basing box and I was like, that's not big enough. It was somewhere between a 60mm base and a 100mm base.
Oh my god!
And I'm not even joking. Like the pint glass wasn't big enough.
I suppose you even got close enough to measure that, knowing you.
It was. I had no choice. It was in the studio. I needed to use the studio.
If I know anything about you, Ben, I think you genuinely rather burn down your house than deal with the spider. So
I didn't know what I was going to do. I work in this office. I was like, right. I've been like, as a kid, terrified of spiders. As an adult, it's been fine. Like, I have to kill the big ones and usher the little ones out to live somewhere else. Like, it's fine. Like, it's a shame that I have to kill them, but it's very much fight or flight. This one broke my sanity. It shouldn't have existed. It was that quick moment of Cthulhu-esque. Like, I get eldritch horror movies now, because my mind was just warped. I was like, that shouldn't exist. It just shouldn't exist. And it just like went boom and started like just doing mad lad things.
The hot weather, but the bugs are getting crazy this year. Like we've had hornets flying in through this window just behind me. Like last week, every day a hornet would fly in, like the same hornet. And these things aren't stupid. They're not like flies. They find their way out. they come in to scout it.
Yeah.
So like it would fly in, and because I had my headphones on, noise cancelling headphones, couldn't even tell, and this thing just goes past my eye like this. And these things
They're
are
massive,
like
right?
from the other side, you can see the head on their legs when they land. They are big.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, Australian listeners are probably visiting, being like, "Oh yeah, we deal with ones the size of buses." But,
what are you even talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Alison didn't believe me because she wasn't at home this day, and then I said this massive hornet, and she was like, "Oh, I bet it's just a wasp." And then it came back the next day when she was there, and I've never seen her run out of the room faster. I was like, "You see what it's like?" But yeah, close the door. They find their way out. Spiders don't.
I'm pro animal welfare. Like, I will only buy free range eggs, okay? But I cannot suffer spiders of a certain size to live. It affects me. So I always have a book handy. So Dungeon Bowl is here, and Death Zone's over there because, well, I had to wipe the remnants of it off. But this, absolutely brilliant. I've hit a hornet with this as well. Because of the way our staircase comes up, we've got one of those aggravating, like, full loop staircases, which is a complete waste of real estate. So I'm like looking at the staircase, I'm like, I could have another room. Like, there could this tiny poxy room could be a normal human-sized room if there wasn't just this stupid space. Anyway, in that stupid space, animals like to live. So every now and again, they'll just be like, that's really quite funny because sometimes birds fly into the window, and it just terrifies you because you're like, what the hell? But the other day, Tiff was like, there's a thing. And I was like, okay, what's the thing? And it was just this hornet just chilling out. And then it started flying at us. So we had to close all the doors. And I naturally had a Blood Bowl rulebook. And dude, it was like signs. It was like whack. It was a terrifying thud, but I have never been so proud of anything. Like, I was like, I'm sports. I'm sports.
Hitting it out of the park, the football rulebook.
Absolute home run. So yeah, Blood Bowl rulebooks, they're not just great games, they're also excellent protection devices against animals, small animals. But no, this is it. Like, it wasn't like a spider. You're like, oh, there's a spider up there. Okay. If a small bird flew in your room, or a mouse, you'd be like, okay, there's an animal in this room. This spider crossed that threshold. This spider did not have stunty. Okay, is basically all I'm saying. And now he's gone. So rest in peace, terrifying mind machine. But I can't remember why we were talking about that. There was a reason for that.
Vortice miniatures.
Oh yeah. So last night, I was supposed to do the unboxings. Top 5 Friday. It's Tomb Kings this week. So I was like, I need to do a size comparison. Went to look at our YouTube to find it, and I was like, I don't think I ever actually did this one. So so I was sat down, I was going to put a print on, then film the video, and that's when it all happened. And then I spent several hours taking the studio apart to like find where it was living, and it was living between my Necromunda board and the wall, and like leaned it backwards, and it was just like, even when it was like, you know, when they like haunch up to be like, it was massive, dude. Like, it was easily as big as a wood elf. No, that's an exaggeration. But actually, when it was haunched, it was probably like that. And I was like, okay, well, I'm terribly sorry, old bean, but page 53 for you. And that was how it ended. But I had to take all the studio apart. And then, quite frankly, I sat downstairs and shook.
Because you weren't okay. No? From the messages you're writing.
I was not okay. Shaking. It was not okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been that uneasy since we saw Aragog at Harry Potter World. Oh, Aragog. Anyway, I do want spiders in Blood Bowl because I think there's a great rule set there. Anyway, yes. Other cool things. Milton wanted us to let everybody know that Mud and Blood has a late pledge element. So Mud and Blood is the Kickstarter for a whole bunch of 3D printable pictures. 15 quid. And there's like 20 pitches. There's 7s pitches, there's 11s pitches, they've got stadium bits, and it's a really impressive piece. And it was designed for plastic printing horizontally, which is genius when it works. Printers are volatile, right? Trips, selfishly, I know you're going to listen, Trips, went with his family on a family holiday to the Nordic fjords on a cruise.
I don't know what's up with that.
I know. So couldn't print it for us. Milton was like, yep, I got this. And his printer just printers being printers, right? So I was like, no worries, I'll cut it up and do it in resin. And did it. And it worked. And now they're going to provide cut up slices to put on a resin printer, and I love it. Like it's detail. It's simple detail. It paints really nicely, but it's actually flat enough for you to actually put models on. Like, Ben, you've seen like some of the other 3D printed stuff, haven't you? Where they're like,
yeah, sometimes they get rocks everywhere, and it can be quite base unfriendly.
Yes.
They can call their armor a Warhammer world, though.
Is there one?
No, but it would. Like, if you know when they take off the bases and just like pin them in, that would look pretty sick.
That would, yeah, exactly. But not ideal for actual tabletop. But they've got their late pledge. It's so much stuff on there. They did a great job on the Kickstarter, and I cannot wait to get the rest of the pictures because I think it's absolutely brilliant. Was there anything else, Ben? That was it. That was it for the Blood Bowl news. We're waiting on Amazon still.
Yeah.
When is it, Ben?
Day 455.
Exactly.
I don't know. This is definitely the longest we wait for a team. It's been like nothing. Yeah, I reckon in the next couple of weeks, though.
So this podcast is dropping on the 28th? 27th. Yes. So maybe the 28th, which means pre-release for the 3rd, and then it'll be out for the 10th of September. That would be good. One of you guys could run an Amazon's team for the Sevens tournament on stream. Okay, we got a few weeks. Could be good. I'm just excited to see what the roster's going to be. Anyway, let's wrap up the news and talk about hobby, because Ben has been to some places. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to help support the channel even further, please like and subscribe, or come join us on our Patreon. We have early access to content. We get loads of feedback from you guys, and we try and do competitions as much as we can. Or you can get yourself some Bonehead Podcast merch on our Spreadshirt site. So if you want to support a team, especially for the Bonehead Championship, you can pick up a shirt, a mug, things like that. It all helps support the channel, and we really appreciate it. Anyway, links below. Thank you very much. Happy blocking.